This is Alice Bailey. I'm here to give perspective of the difference within relationships and agreements. How relationships are the manifest design of and where two minds relate, and agreement is where two beings stand as one, as equal, in self-honesty here, in expression as who they are, and assisting and supporting each other unconditionally, to not accept and allow anything less than who each other really is. I'll first start off by giving perspective of my experience towards relationships and my experience within agreement. While being in the interdimensional existence, within the very nature or beingness of myself, according to my experiences within past lives, I made a promise to myself, and I said to myself that I will never engage within a relationship with a man, because I saw in doing that, or accepting and allowing myself to go into a relationship with a man, as me having to give up or give away a part of myself. And I've had this experience within a life where the woman was a literal slave to the man, and all that the woman existed as and existed for was to cook meals and look after children, go to fancy meetings or parties or dinners with other women, and where they gossip and speak about their frustrations and nonsense, really. So my perspective of a woman within a relationship with a man was not a pretty picture, which made me very, very, very much afraid of relationships in itself, and of course the whole entire sex part, where having a penis go into my vagina was not a very constructive thought from a perspective of imagining it even being done unto me, or me even accepting and allowing myself to experience something like that. So I had kind of the, let's say, the old ways of perspective towards relationships. Yet fascinating, the experiences within myself towards men was prominent. I mean, I have experienced that point where you look into someone's eyes and it's as though in that moment you just know, and everything inside of yourself starts vibrating, and you become like all excited, and there's this bubbling, fluttering experience in your stomach, and all you want and desire to do is to spend as much time as possible with this being. And in that also scared me, because I had this belief or this thought that men somehow had the power to manipulate and control women according to and for themselves, to have them only to have sex or for their own pleasure. So whatever I experienced within me towards a male, and it was especially this that I just described when I was younger, within a life experience in this world, in this reality, I would deliberately stop within myself and make sure I do not see that man again, because I believed it to be some form of witchcraft, if you want to call it that. Because I was changing while in the presence of this man or men with who you know, I would communicate or with who I'd meet, and it didn't make sense to me. Why am I inside myself all of a sudden changing, experiencing these euphoric experiences? And so I would, within my thoughts or my mind, in the evenings when I'd be alone by myself, go over it, and that's how I came up with the ideas or principles that men are some form of witch or witchcraft that has been placed within this world or reality to deceive and manipulate women. So it was quite an interesting experience. And so I have never really particularly given myself away to someone within a relationship, because that's really how I experienced it to be, or how I assessed it to be, according to my experience towards relationships, towards males, because the very existence of males, of the whole male-female principle, exist as relationships. And within the interdimensional existence, I met was, is it really meeting? That's also an interesting question. Do you really meet someone? Or is it that they're just there? Everyone's here. Anyway, so I met this being, and this is now long after the process started within the interdimensional existence, and the particular specific point of agreement opened up. And I specifically looked at this point inside of me from the perspective of agreement, because agreement is a point where I am directive within the placement of me together with another one and equal as me, and I direct me in the moment. So you can say it's like a decision being made, but it's a self-directive placement of self here, saying to another, we're in an agreement, this is specifically how we're going to be assisting and supporting each other. Do not accept and allow anything less than who we are here in self-honesty. Because in an agreement situation, so to speak, I'm not subject to an experience suddenly igniting inside of me. I direct myself within the moment, within the experience, with another. So I decided, let's do it. And we started off within an agreement with each other. And the assistance and support within self from that perspective is tremendous. My self-stability, self-expression, assertiveness, directiveness really developed as me because of me assisting and supporting myself within the agreement. It's not me giving myself away to or being subject to sudden flirtatious experiences that are existing within me, where everything is about the other person. This was about me here. Alright, I'll continue in my next interview. Thank you.